All right, I think I'm live. I'm trying this out a little bit differently today. I am doing this from a separate software, Ecamm, that I've never done before, and I thought I would go online today and share with you some information on. Actually, I wanted to share with you a story. So I was in court today. I wasn't really in court; it was virtual court, right? It's all on Zoom. And there was a woman in the courtroom. She was pro se, which means that she did not have anyone representing her. And before I go into this story too much, I'm just going to make sure I am online. I think I am. Okay, I see some people popping on, so clearly I must be online. I want to test out this comment feature. This is the first time I've ever done this. So if you could leave a comment. I see a thumbs up, but if somebody could leave a comment and just let me know that you can hear me okay and that I am actually online, I would appreciate that, because I do see some people coming on already. Anyway, I think it's working. I don't know if there's a delay or not. So I was in court this morning, and there was a woman there who was, okay, Band Mill Bob says hi. Great. Awesome. Glad to know that you can hear me. Hearing you loud and clear. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate it. So I'm in court this morning, and there was a woman in court who was representing herself, and hold on one second. I have to. It sounds like. And again, I apologize. This is the first time I have done this. I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. Bear with me here for just 1 second. I am. All right. Should help. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you leaving some comments. I appreciate that. Now I know that you can hear me. Anyway, okay. I'm in court this morning. There's a woman there. She represents herself. She's pro se. That means she represents herself. She doesn't have a lawyer. I was not involved in this case, by the way. And basically, she was asking the judge for some relief. I'm not going to get into the facts of her case and things like that, but what I'll tell you is she was there asking the judge for some relief. And for those of you who don't know, when I'm not doing this YouTube stuff, I do have a law practice. I do go to court occasionally, although I'm trying to diminish those. So that's why I was there. And she was asking the judge for some relief, and she had messed something up in her paperwork. It was a simple mistake. It wasn't like anything major. I mean, it was a very innocent mistake. She made a mistake. She didn't know the law. And because she made that mistake, the court did not have jurisdiction to hear her claims. Now, she had filed this lawsuit months ago, 3, 4, 5 months ago. With COVID and everything, the courts are taking an extremely long time to get to hearings on some of these cases. So she's been waiting for her day in court for months, right? And it's a big effort for someone to go out and draft a complaint and figure out how this all works and file something. That's why people hire lawyers to do it for them, so they don't have to worry about it. Anyway, she's upset. She's crying. She's frustrated. She's literally pleading with the judge. And my heart went out to this woman, right? Because it was so sad to hear this woman who just was showing so much emotion at the fact that she was unable to get the relief that she wanted because she literally messed up a date on her paperwork, literally. And unfortunately, when you're talking about legal things, dates are important. And if you mess that up, it can be the difference between getting the relief you're looking for and having your case thrown out of court. So what did she lose? She lost time. She lost money. She lost her emotions because she was frustrated. And but the stakes could have been much greater. And in many cases, they are much greater for other people. So my point here is that legal stuff is not just something that you should gloss over and neglect, especially if you're starting or building an online business. These are things that are important. And just some of the consequences that you need to be thinking about. And the reason I'm doing this today is because I spent the last 2 days doing webinars, and some of you may have been on them, I don't know, and talking about my Lock It Down legal system, which is basically a process that I put together to help online entrepreneurs make sure that they've got all their ducks in a row and they know exactly what they're doing to protect their online business in all areas. And so the consequences of failing to act could be, a lot of people, when they start out, they go on to Google and they look for images for their website, and they take images and they put them onto their website. Some of you may have done this. I know years and years ago, before I knew any better, I did this. Well, I have a friend who's a lawyer whose job used to be to represent companies that they would go out and search for people that were doing these things, and then they would sue them. Sometimes they might send a demand letter and ask them to pay some damages, usually in the thousands of dollars. Sometimes they would just go ahead and sue them in federal court. And that's a problem. That's a consequence of failing to take care of your legal house. Another one is, and I've seen this happen before, where people have built a brand and used a brand name. And maybe the brand was unique to them. Maybe they did a search when they first started. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe they didn't do a search. Whatever it is, they're building a brand, but they don't protect their brand. And they build up their revenue, they build up their customer base, they build up their systems, they build up everything, and they build this great brand. And maybe they're generating, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars in revenue. And then somebody swoops in and has filed the trademark for that brand, and maybe they were working on that brand before this person started their business, maybe not, but they come in and basically shut your business down. Imagine what that would feel like to have that happen to you. Another issue that frequently comes up is people that don't file their LLCs. Now, I've talked a lot on this channel about the importance of filing LLCs, or maybe not filing LLCs if you're not in a place where you need them. But what's important about that is that you need to make sure you make the right decision. And for some people, you don't necessarily need an LLC. For a lot of people, you do need an LLC, and there are a lot of reasons for that. And that can lead to loss of personal assets, loss of business assets if you do that wrong. And so, another main issue that comes up, these are all issues that come up with online business, by the way, are potentially lawsuits from the government. And those can lead to civil fines and penalties if you're using testimonials incorrectly, or if you don't have the proper privacy policies on your website, or different things like that. So all of these things can lead to loss of revenue, potentially lots of revenue, loss of assets, again, potentially thousands and thousands of dollars, if not more, of assets. They can tarnish your reputation. If you mess something up and you're known in the business community or the online business community, and you mess something up, it can really make you look bad, and it can ruin your business from that standpoint. And just, these are things that you can literally, years of work can go down the drain if you mess these type of things up. So the reason why I wanted to do this today is because, as I said, I did some webinars earlier this week, and I'm in the middle of launching my course right now, and I wanted to share that with you, and tell you a little bit about it, and how it can help you to make sure that you don't find yourself in these type of situations with so much at stake that you could lose in your business. And I don't mean to be a doomsday lawyer. That's not my plan here. For many people, these issues are never going to come up. But for those of you that do, they're huge issues. And when people call my office because they're dealing with these issues, it's really expensive, and it's a lot more than the investment in my toolkit. I'll tell you that much. Or if they call someone else, it's going to be, a lot more. So what I've done with this course, it's really intended for people who are just starting out with online business, or maybe they're starting to grow their online business, $0 to $5,000 in revenue, maybe a little bit more. And they need to get their legal house in order so they can really focus on taking their business to the next level. And I want you to be legally protected. Now, when you're at that phase, $0 to $5,000 in revenue, and I should say per month, when you're in that phase, most people don't have a whole lot of money to go spend on a lawyer. And lawyers can be expensive. The legal fees, typically I've seen people spend anywhere from, $500 to $1,000 a month to, $5,000 to $10,000 or $25,000 a month. I've seen lawyers that do charge $25,000 a month retainers. I reached out to a lawyer a couple weeks ago about some issues related to taxes and planning and things like that, and their rate was $600 an hour. So I can tell you that lawyers are expensive, but it's just the cost of doing business sometimes. But that's why I have this toolkit, because it is intended to help people get their legal house in order. So what's included in the toolkit? I include video tutorials that talk about all these issues and how to deal with them. I include legal checklists that help you figure out exactly step by step what it is that you need to do to protect your online business. We have legal templates that you can use in your business, both if you're an offline business or an online business. We have both types of templates. A lot of people that start out with an online business also will have an offline business component. Sometimes they start off as freelancers and then they switch to online business over time. So we have one-to-one client contracts, we have vendor agreements, we have independent contractor agreements and things of that sort. We do monthly group coaching calls. So the reason I've added those in are because a lot of people, when they're just getting started, they want to make sure that they're not messing anything up. And they have a lot of questions about the materials in the course. And for that reason, I've added on monthly coaching calls so that people can get online and ask me questions live, face-to-face. So, and then we also have, when we're not doing those coaching calls, we have a private Facebook community that people can ask questions in as well. So what I want to do today is quickly go through. Let me see if I can do this correct. Let's see here. I wanted to show you the toolkit. So give me a second. That should be it. So this is it. And before I get to that, so to sign up, this is the page to sign up. And the way you get to that, I will put a link up here in a little bit. You can see at the bottom, there is, it shows that this offer is available until Monday at 11:59 p.m. So that's how long it's available. To sign up, you just go to www.hawthornelaw.net/special. And let me just move that up a little bit. And that's the web address to go to. But let me I want to show you the back end of this, if I could. So let me show you how this works. So this is the toolkit. I do it through Teachable, and basically, starting out, we have a welcome module. We have some checklists here. Then we have module 1 that talks about setting up your legal foundation. And that's helping you decide, do you need a business entity? What type of business entity is going to be right in your type of situation? And how to set up a business entity if that's something that you decide you want to do. Then we have another module that talks about protecting your online web properties. And here we've got videos here. Every time you see a little mark right here, it's a video, and so you can click on that, and we have a video that will talk about that topic. let's see, go back. We have privacy policies, terms and conditions, legal disclaimers, DMCA takedown notice, as well as other templates in the other sections as well. The one thing that's really different about this course that a lot of attorneys don't do is we have a special proprietary, we've created forms for every single document. So to actually access the website terms of use, you would click on this link right here. I'm not going to click on it for privacy reasons, but and then you can watch this video that shows you how to use it. So basically, there's a number of questions, like this. Would you like to include an arbitration clause? Yes or no. If you include yes, then obviously you're going to get the arbitration clause. If you say no, then it's not going to show up in your document. And then it's got conditional logic. So if you answer certain questions one way, it's going to give you a different set of questions than if you answer them another way. And I did that for a number of reasons. Selfishly, it makes it harder for people to rip off my templates, but for the benefit for you is it makes it a lot easier to fill out these documents. And once you've purchased them, you can go through the questionnaire as many times as you want, and you can create as many different documents as you want if that's what you'd like to do. And so that's how all the templates are. And we've got a number of templates in the program. Then we have a whole module on protecting your intellectual property. We go in depth into trademarks, copyrights, trade secrets as well. And then we also have a section on clients, vendors, and contractors where we talk about the different contracts you might need for your business, the clauses you should have in your contracts, the client contract, what it should look like. We walk through it and talk about all the different clauses that are in there and why they're in there for you. We have different checklists for all of these, an independent contractor agreement. And then we have these the bonus materials, including coaching call replay. And so we have a number of these. These all deal with each individual module, but we also have monthly coaching calls. We did one in just last week. We did one in December. We did one at the end of October. And these are monthly from here on out. And you can see, we're on for an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half, an hour and 13 minutes. So I stay on as long as people need to stay on to get their questions answered. And so that's the toolkit. When you go to that website address, it, as I mentioned before, you go here, it will take you to this page, and it'll show you the countdown. So this will be open through Monday. But this is basically, you go through this and you can just click the Enroll Now button. It takes you down. We have two options, a single pay option and a 3-pay option, depending on which works for you. But I just wanted to go online today and share that with you, because I know a lot of people ask me about this, and I get questions about it all the time. When's it going to open up? I get people signing up for the wait list. And in case you missed the webinar, which is where I offered this earlier this week, I wanted to make sure other people had the opportunity to get in, because like I said, it's going to be closing on Monday. And when it does close, at this point I do not have a date to reopen it. I'm going to be making some changes and updating it a little bit. And also we're going from, this is for lifetime access, we'll be going to a subscription model where you'll get 12 months of access and then you'll have to pay the fee again. So I'm happy to take some questions if people have it. I'm just going to go through the comments here and see what people have to say. Give me a second here. I got to move this over here. So I'm still getting used to. So Logical Thought channel says, how do you sign up? Well, if you go to the hawthornelaw.net/special, that'll take you right there. Nikolay says, hello from Russia. I'm a lawyer as well. I don't have that much experience as you, though. It's extremely interesting to hear how the U.S. legal system works. Yeah, it is weird, isn't it? Logical Thought Channel. Also, thank you. You're the best, bro. Wish I would have found your channel before I filed my LLC. Hey, that's okay. Nothing is unfixable. Can I publish my LLC on my own without using a third party? If so, what's the best and most affordable legal way? Well, yeah, in my course, I walk you through step by step exactly what you need to do it. And you have all the information you need to get your LLC set up if that's what you want to do on your own. Any good books you can suggest for converting a sole proprietorship to an LLC? I just did a video on that last week, Bob. So check that out. I literally posted it. It was either on Monday or Tuesday, or last Tuesday. I can't remember. Just in case. Great name. I don't know if that's your real name or if that's just something cool that you decided you wanted to do. Says, what can regular people do when law is enforced incorrectly? You can go to court, I guess, and the judges will are bound, duty bound to enforce the law. Let's see. Dominique says, how do I establish a sole proprietorship or an LLC if I don't have a physical residence? Thank you. Yeah, the way I handle that is I typically will use a virtual address and then use a registered agent for those purposes. That's how we typically do it. But anyway, that's kind of what I want to share with you today. I realize this is a little weird, but I like to get a video out every Tuesday and every Friday, and I knew that I wasn't going to have time to record and edit a video today, so I thought I would go live and just talk about this. And one thing I did forget though. I'm including a bonus in this course this time for free, and that is I'm going to be doing a workshop. Now, I've been doing online business myself personally for over 10 years now, about 13 years. It took me a long time to gain any traction, to gain any success. I'd say it wasn't until like 2 or 3 years ago that I really started to get some success and generate some regular revenue. So that's 10 years of trial and error. I went through courses, so many courses. I've spent thousands of dollars on things, everything from how to do a webinar to how to build an online business. It's not around anymore. They actually just shut it down. But I was in the same course that Pat Flynn was in when he first started his online business, back in 2007 or so. So Internet Business Mastery Academy with Jeremy Franson and Jason Van Orton. So I was in that way back when. Maybe 10 years ago. And so I've done all these courses. And what's the point here? I'm kind of rambling. The point is that I'm going to be doing a workshop next month, only for members of my Toolkit. It's not going to be live here on YouTube. But for members of my Toolkit, students that are in my course, on how to earn your first $1,000 online quickly. And so I'm just going to walk you through the steps that you need to follow. For people that are brand new to this, like I was 12 or 13 years ago, it can seem daunting. You don't really understand how to do it. You don't understand how to set up a website. You don't understand, the various things that go into setting up an online business. And Marie says, good vibes. I like that. But I want to share that with you. And the whole point of this is I want to help people who are thinking they want to do this, but they aren't sure where to start. They want to invest in this legal course, but they aren't sure how they're going to incorporate it into their business or how they're going to pay for it. And so I want to eliminate that as a concern by sharing with you exactly how you can go about step by step building an online business. And this is not going to be something that we do, in a 20-minute call. This is going to be probably a 2 to 3 hour workshop where I'm going to put together a slide presentation and the whole thing and basically go through it with you, exactly what you need to know, and try and make it as simple as possible. Christian asks, how do I find a registered agent? Well, that's simple enough. Hold on a second. Give me a second here. So if you go to hawthornelaw.net, this is my website. And if you go to Start Your LLC, and then go up here where it says Registered Agent, we can provide that service in all 50 states. So you can find that there, right there. See something here. This is getting in the way. So there you go. That's how you can find a registered agent. Hopefully that helps. Right there. I don't know if you can see that, but I was pointing my little mousey thing. All right. Oh, you're still there. Okay. So what other questions do people have? I see Bob says, thank you, very helpful. I didn't announce I was going to be doing this today, so I'm not surprised there's not too many people on the call, but I really want, I've got this online business legal toolkit that I continue to add to and add new templates to and things like that. And I've been working on this project for about a year, and I really want to expand the scope of what I'm doing with it into helping people build their business too. And of course we'd have both sides, right? We have the legal side and, the business side of building an online business. And so I think that's really important. And I think it helps to, like I said, eliminate a lot of the concerns people have about whether or not they are able to start an online business because they just don't know where to start. Dun & Bradstreet being replaced very soon. Okay. Can a 12-year-old start a company? No. They can't. Honorio Soto. Oh, wow. This is actually live. It's such a pleasure watching, listening. Yes, it is live. I don't normally do this, but maybe that's what I should do. Maybe going live on at least Friday morning is the way to do it for my entrepreneurial type videos. It's kind of fun. I like doing this. Andres says, is there any consequences that I've created an LLC in New Mexico? My virtual address is in Florida. I'm a foreign e-commerce owner. Yes, probably. Can I answer those questions on a live YouTube video? No, I can't, unfortunately. So if you'd like to schedule a strategy call with me, that's fine. Or if you would like to reach out, you can reach out to support@hawthornelaw.net, and my virtual assistant can either get you in contact with me or like I said, these are the types of issues that we talk about in the Online Business Legal Toolkit, but I cannot answer that. You are welcome. So what else is going on today? What do people have planned for the weekend? Hopefully something fun. I live in North Carolina. I'm getting hungry. It's about lunchtime. And so I'm probably going to stay on here just for a few more minutes. But we got 38 people on here now, which frankly is a lot more than I thought it would be. So I'm happy to just stay on and chat for a little bit if people have other questions. If people are starting an online business and want to know where to start, I'm happy to try and help them with that. Obviously, I can't answer legal questions, unfortunately, but I've kind of covered what I wanted to cover today. So let me know what's up. I'll do a sip for you. Every time I do it, people make comments. I finally figured out how to connect the camera to my computer so I don't have to go through the horrible webcam that's on my computer. Ben says, hello from Greensboro, right down the road. Plan on placing orders and trying to figure out how to integrate Shopify with Clover processing. I've never heard of Clover processing, but obviously I've heard of Shopify. I don't know if you know, but you can also, Shopify, last I checked, I'm sure they still do, integrates with Amazon directly. If you sell on Amazon and you have products that you just want Amazon to fulfill for you, they'll fulfill for you, and you can link that through your Shopify account. Back when I did e-commerce, yes, I did do e-commerce a while back. I didn't know that was something that could happen, but evidently it is. If I order things for my business from Amazon, can I ship it to my home address as long as I pay for it with my business account? Yeah, sure. A lot of people that are online entrepreneurs, they have virtual addresses, so it's fine to ship it to your home address. That's not going to cause you any problems. So you don't even need to pay for it out of your business account, although I think that's probably good practice. Like, for example, I ran a bunch of Facebook ads for this recent webinar to get people into this webinar that I did. And one of the way I handled that is I used a personal credit card, and after the revenue comes in from the course sales, I'll pay off the personal credit card I'll treat it as an expense. And so I'll have some documentation that shows that I'm expensing this ad buy from my personal credit card to the business, and then the business will reimburse me. April says, starting a legit business in America is not easy. Why does America make it so hard? That's a good question. I don't know that America does make it hard. I think what makes it confusing is that every state has their different rules. And that's just part of, being in America, right? We have federal rules and then we have state rules, and every state does things differently. And I think it's a matter of, we do live in a litigious society, right? And so people, like it or not, need to be protected. And so the rules are there to protect the public. And that's the way it works, whether you like it or not. But it's not that hard. You can literally, using the information in my toolkit, you can set up your LLC in like an hour. It's not that hard to do in any state. Or you can pay to do it, and that's simple too. I'm a small vape shop trying to sell online, and Shopify does not process sales. Is that because, I imagine that's probably because of the products you're selling? I don't know if people sell those on Amazon. Do I have a suggested virtual address service? Yeah, I do. A couple. I recommend either Earth Class Mail is one, and I like them because they will scan all your mail and email it to you, and if there's something really important, they'll mail it to you. They'll even process checks for you if you still get checks. Or you can go to the UPS store or mailbox, etc., or someplace like that, or the post office you want. The thing I don't like about the post office is you actually have to go in and pick up your mail. They don't forward it to you. So that's, I guess, well, they might forward it to you, actually, now that I think about it, but you typically need to go in and pick it up. Forwarding, I think, expires. Prohibited products, yeah. Ramon says, I need information about resale certificates. Yeah, I don't deal with those. Those are anything that's state specific, I don't deal with, right? So the process for setting up an LLC is pretty much universal. It's the same in every state, but it's different, if that makes But when it comes to sales tax, that's very specific to each individual state. When it comes to things like resale certificates, those are very unique to each state. Business licenses are very unique to each state. So I don't typically get into that because they are unique to each state, and I don't know the rules in all 50 states. It does get complicated, like April said. Starting a holding company in Puerto Rico, helpful to the business foundation. Okay. So, yeah, I'll go for a couple more minutes here. My throat is starting to hurt from talking so much over the past couple days. Honorio says, I chose to open my LLC in the state I do business in. That's the right way to do it. And there are very few exceptions, but I typically recommend that people start their LLC in the state they do business in. So anyway, one more time for those of you that might be just hopping on, and some of the people are hopping off. Like I said, I have this. My online business toolkit is live right now, and that's not it. This is it. And so, if you're interested in joining me with the in the toolkit, the next group coaching call will happen in a couple weeks in February, and we're taking enrollments now. Card is open until Monday, and let's see. So the whole point of the program, like I said before, is to help small businesses get their house in order, so they don't need to worry about the legal stuff. Dominique says, my local state corporation commission is telling me I cannot use a virtual address, but I don't have a physical address. Is this when I need to consult a lawyer? So yeah, some states do things differently. They also might be referring to your registered agent. I don't know. Potentially. Also, or, you could go to, that's certainly something that we could do for you. If you come over here to my website, which is Hawthorne Law, right here, hawthornelaw.net, and click on the Start Your LLC button, we can handle LLC formations in all 50 states. And if there's something wrong, if there's an address that we can't use, we'll let you know. How much is the toolkit? Was that a $160 one-time payment? No, that was for registered agent. That was for the registered agent. If you go to here, let's see, can you still see me? Yep. The toolkit, you click on the Enroll Now button, and it's $9.97 for full pay or $3.97 for 3 pays. And that's the cheapest it's ever going to be. For anyone who knows, I did offer this for sale earlier this summer and last spring when I did the beta at a considerable discount. I told people it was going to go up, and it went up, and it's going to continue to go up. Dominique says, I'll be back next Friday. Well, maybe I will be too. We'll see. Or is it an advanced course? Let's see. Does the course have information beyond opening the LLC? Yes. So here's what's in the course. If you go, let me see. So there's a bunch of modules. So this module 1 is about starting your LLC. We've got a whole module on protecting your website and the legal templates you would need. We have a whole module on protecting your intellectual property. We have a whole module on working with clients, vendors, and contractors. Then we have monthly group coaching calls. We have legal templates, checklists, all sorts of things are included. Yeah, can't be a PO box with a street address. Real business building. Yeah, that is right. And so the other places I would say, April, that you could use, or whoever it was that asked this question, besides, like I said, Earth Class Mail and Mailbox, etc., Post UPS store, you could go to like a virtual actual address. I mean, you can. Let's just play a little game here. If I wanted to do a virtual address, so virtual business address. Cary is where I live. So there's a Regis down the road. Kildare Office Suites is an office space place. Office Evolution. All of these places, and I'm sure wherever you live, there's something similar. All of these places will have a virtual option where basically you use their address. So this 2500 Regency Parkway, or this address right here. You use that address and your mail will go there, and then they'll either forward it to you or they'll have a way for you to get it, or you go in and pick it up. And then they'll also allow you to use conference room space if you want to. You could rent an office for an hour a week, or 10 hours a month or something like that. You just have to schedule ahead of time. But a lot of these places do things like that. You pay for it, but they do offer it. I'm being asked how many templates in the course. I'm not sure. Right now, I think there's 7 or 8. All of the ones that are on my website are included, and I think there's some additional ones as well. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly how many. If you give me a second, I think I can. Hold on a sec. Do you have packages for the post LLC setup phase? I'm not sure what you mean, Jason. Outside of the toolkit, you mean? Well, give me a second here. I think I can actually pull up a list of some of the templates that are included. Oh, and I'm having a problem. My Mac is going to close. My Mac is going to die here shortly. Oh, I can take this out. Put that in. Now we should be okay. All right, Mac won't die. Hold on, I'm just setting something up here that I should be able to share with you. There we go. Yeah, I can share this with you. So these are the templates that are included right now. And I think this isn't actually a full list. I add about one template a month. So like 1 month I might add 2 or 3, and then I might go a couple months not add one. That's how I do it. And it's basically based on demand from people that are in the course. So right now I'm working on a podcaster agreement, and I'm working on a terms of sale for e-commerce sellers that's more specific to protect e-commerce sellers. Those are the 2 I'm working on right now. Great deal, $100 a template. And there's so much more than that. It's not just templates. Jason, yes, we do have a business setup package or an annual maintenance plan, which is about $1,000 a year. And it includes a couple hours of lawyer time, some custom contracts, simple contracts, and things of that sort. It also includes registered agent services and different things like that if that's what you're looking for. And you can find that on our fees page. Max, I'm not sure how to answer that question. I would need ecom. Yeah, so I'm going to be working on that as well. A lot of people get somewhat confused with the website terms of service, or excuse me, with the contracts and the templates, and the toolkit itself. People that sell, for example, let's say they sell on Amazon, and they don't have their own website. They think, oh, I don't need any of these. Well, actually you do, because a lot of people that sell on, let's say, Amazon, for example, they still are putting inserts into their products to try and get people to go back and join their email list for coupons and things like that. And so they might have a website, or they may just have a website related to their brand, even if they're selling all their products on Amazon. And so they still need a lot of these contracts as well. If you're selling on Shopify, I know Shopify has some forms that you can use through their platform, but these could supplement that as well. Yeah, Jason, just go to, hold on a sec. So if you head over to services, and going down here, we have a business maintenance package. It's $9.97 a year or $97 a month. And this is all that's included. So there you go. But in terms of the legal training itself, or excuse me, the online business legal toolkit. I'm losing my mind here a little bit. So in terms of how it works, is you sign up. Once you sign up, you'll get emailed the login credentials for the toolkit. Where do they get placed? Yes, they get placed on your So this is the slide that I used for the webinar training. And these are all the things that are included. So if you can see that. There you go. Once you have them, where do they get placed on my website? Yeah, Dominique, if you're just starting out with an online business, you're going to want to have the privacy policy on your website. You're going to have the terms of service on your website. You're going to want to have the legal disclaimers that you need, affiliate disclaimers, different things like that. All of those are included in the course. And we show you exactly how to place them. So if you go to, again, let's see. If you go down here, we talk about maintaining and storing your documents, a checklist for how to protect your website, what you need to do. So we talk about that. Cam says, I have a graphic design business where I need to trademark my business logo or service mark. I can't really answer that without, I'm not sure I understand your question to start, but I don't know that I can answer that on this broadcast because I'm not going to get into legal questions here. Let's see. There's a lot of things to move around on the screen when you're doing this. How would you protect from falling into the war on social media? Like what's happening with the top names? I have no idea what that means. I'm not, as far as I can tell, I'm not in any war on social media. Maybe get off social media. Oh, that's fine, Cam. No worries. But those are things I will tell you. So as part of the toolkit, one of the things we do are these group monthly coaching calls, and we do hot seats on those where we really dive into your business and what you're trying to do and can start to answer some of those questions for you. I have to be very careful because I can't cross the line from giving legal advice to in those type of calls because they are group coaching calls, and I'm not serving as your attorney. I'm basically giving, some guidance and educating people on what the law is so that they can make their own decisions. But we do in those situations is we would talk about that, and we'd say, okay, hypothetically, if somebody were doing this, and this, here's kind of how they would want to handle that. But I try and answer those questions in a way that is going to be most appropriate for everybody that's in the group. For a new small business, are there tax postponement for the first years of business? Aside from fees, expenses, all money is going to build the business. Okay. I'm not sure what I'm not sure what that question means, AK. All right. That's right. Anyway, my throat is starting to hurt, so I think I need to stop talking today. But this is fun. I had a lot more people join than I thought would come on, and I will try and do this again, perhaps next week. I know I've talked about doing this in the past. I do like doing the entrepreneurial videos, but this is fun too. So I've got a great video coming out on Monday. Make sure to check that out. I'm actually going to be doing a review of another YouTuber who created a video on how to set up an LLC. And so I talk about what I think that person may have done right and what I think that person did wrong. Anyway, that's it. Will there be Jason? Oh yeah, Jason, this is not like a webinar. You can actually probably rewind if you go to the bottom of your screen on YouTube. Just go back and you can go all the way back to the beginning. You just came on where it was. It always goes to where you are live. You can go back to the beginning if you want. And I will leave this video up for a couple days. I'll probably take it down on Tuesday because at that point the toolkit will no longer be available, and I don't want people going on trying to buy it and then emailing me and saying, wait a minute, I don't understand why it's not available. But just one last time before I go, here's the link if you'd like to sign up. I appreciate all of you and all the support everyone has given me over the years, specifically in the last year or two when my channel has really experienced a lot of growth. It's been great. It's been tremendous. And thank you, everyone. Have a great day. We've been going almost an hour. I think it's time for me to go get some lunch. Take care, folks. Have a great day.